Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Ultima VII Part 2, Serpent. Alright, let's head back down here. We've got the end of the old road here, but there is a path off here. Let's go see where it takes us. Looks like we've got some combat somewhere around here. Looks like the ruins of a building of some sort. Aha! Got some trolls. Well. There's a door. Hello! There are a lot of trolls there. Okay. It's been a nice, successful troll hunt. Wow. Lots more gems. See if I can get under this floor. Looks like this was a manor house of some sort. Let's go ahead and take the boots. Take the pants. And the gauntlets. Ooh, more gems. Boots are too heavy. So I kind of suspect that no one's going to buy the whips, but the rest of the stuff seems like people will buy. And I know that eventually I'll be able to sell the gems. So let's just go ahead and yoink all of these. I'm not sure where I'm going to get more lockpicks, though. Alright, that's the one that's there. Alright. So I'm going to need to get over here. So it looks like some trolls took over this place after the people passed on. You know, they still have working fountains in the main, I don't know, atrium, something like that, whatever. Wonder if any of them will heal me. Let's see. I am a little bit injured. Nope. 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 None of them heal. Alright. Get off the fountain, guys. Oh, stairs leading up there. I didn't even realize it. There's a broken mirror there. Does not appear to be anything in this room. Let's see. What about down here? There's nothing there. All of this looks like garbage. Broken items, things like that. So, nope, nothing to get excited about there. Oh, hello! I did not see you there. Was not expecting you. That's okay. Took care of him. Let's grab all of those items. All of this looks like junk, too. That's disappointing. Anything up here? Iola goes to find someplace to sit down. So, no idea what this place is supposed to be, other than just like a manor house of some sort that has now been destroyed. Can't get there. There's some sheep and stuff. I see a teleporter in there. Does not appear to be any way to get inside there. Did you just create debris? That's rude. Nope, there is no way to get inside there. Alright, that teleport storm sucks. It's not creating anything good. And this just is in the corner of the mountain there. There's a little something up here. I'm not sure if there's anything, like, good. There's some leather gauntlets, but I don't really care. Huh. Something was under construction here. Oh. There's a scroll. This shall be the last of my writings. Freakish storms have continued to worsen. The laborers have all fled in terror, despite mine offer of greater remuneration. It seems fate hath decreed my country estate shall never be completed. So, apparently this is, recent. That's just floor. I have no idea what this thing was going to be. But, it's nothing now. Stupid teleport storm, just turning it into debris rather than anything useful. Alright, so here we've got the tower again. What is this stuff? Small rock. Hey, I'll take that. That works. Well, I suppose what we could also do is go take back the tower. Wait, no, that's going to the test. We could take back that tower that the goblins took. All right, what's coming after us? Oh, slimes. Well, it's a few experience points. Not expecting that. Oh, chicken. Hello. What are we going after? We're going after more slime. And wolves! Lovely, guys. Now, in this game, there are some trees that can be opened, but apparently that's not one of them. Hi, chicken! Come here, chicken! What the hell? I have apparently never killed a chicken in this game. 'Cause I have never seen that body before. It's plucked. That's hilarious. Let's see. Where else do we have? There's, Alright, this is the tower there. Pay the tariff! What? Leave me alone. So that's the Sleeping Bull, tower. I thought this was the Goblin Tower. We didn't take it back. Huh. Well, apparently it got taken back all on its own. Anything good in here? Ooh, lockpicks. About friggin' time. I get some more of those. Ruined books. Lovely. And some booze. You can't have any of it, Dupre. There's supposed to be goblins here. That maybe because I killed the goblins that were out here? Okay, well, I don't know anything about that. We can go get a map. We haven't done that yet. We've got a letter to return to Riggs. We could probably do that. Let's take a look in here first. This is the rest house. This might actually be a reasonable place to set up shop as well. Welcome, travelers, and be at ease. This rest house is open to all who walk in beauty. Feel free to take whatever food thou mayest need. As a courtesy to other travelers, please leave the rest house in the manner that thou didst find it. Well, then, yoink. Yoink. And yoink. It's mine. It's my food. My food. It's taking the bag. It's my bag. We can rest here. Let's see. Does clicking on the painting say anything? Nope. Anything there? So we could leave some stuff there. I could cart those crates over from the tower over there. And have a nice little open spot to leave stuff. I'm very tempted to do that. Hello! How's it going? Bold wench thou art to wear a tattoo so openly. What's her name? Second mate
Kalen to you.
What's your job?
I'm a seafarer, and I do whatever the captain wants done.
Tell me about the goblins.
Green fellas, hospitable. Be thou sure to accept their dinner invitation.
Something tells me that you're lying to me. What do you know about these storms?
Afraid of a bit of rain? I can keep you safe, darling. Thou shouldst come over to mine hut. Goodbye.
Hello.
'Tis always an honor to serve the pikemen. I am Alisand, daughter of Delin. I am a weaver by trade.
I believe I might have your engagement ring.
I had heard that thou hadst been asking after me, that thou didst have an interest in my missing engagement ring, or perhaps in the gauntlets that replaced it. That is it, indeed. I thank thee for telling me, but thou mayest keep it if thou wishest.
Oh, keep it?
If thou wouldst wish the honest truth, I do not think that my beloved Keth will ever come back from wherever that storm took him. Therefore, this ring hath only melancholy memories for me. This jewelry hath become bitter to me.
Tell me about Keth.
Keth and I were to marry, but it was not fated to be. He was first mate on one of the largest merchant ships. On one of his voyages, he purchased the engagement ring from an artisan in Moonshade, as I recall. But then the storms came and ships began disappearing, and eventually it was Keth's ship that never came back.
Well, I would actually like those gauntlets back.
I assume that the gauntlets are thine. They're clearly meant for someone more adventurous than a mere weaver. Wouldst thou like to have them back?
Yes, I would.
Then thou shalt have them. Here.
Why, thank you. Let's change the subject.
One more moment of thy time, if thou wilt. Elmadretta, a person like thyself, brave and adventurous, could be useful in times like these.
Useful in what way?
Wouldst thou be willing to aid us in liberating the city from false traditions and evil schemes?
Sure, maybe, perhaps.
If thou wilt only let me explain the concepts, I am certain that thou wilt join our cause.
What false traditions?
According to legend, the oracle was brought by our ancestors from Sosaria, our homeland. It now stands in the Temple of Beauty. Our traditions teach us that the statue is an infallible guide to truth and beauty. But we suspect that the legends are false.
Evil schemes?
The oracle is supposed to speak only the truth, yet it too often parrots the words of the priestess and the great captains.
Well, clearly they must be speaking the truth then, right? Right?
We do not believe that truth only serves those in power. We think that someone hath corrupted the oracle.
Guide to truth, you say?
The oracle actually speaks. All of us have heard it. It speaks in reply to the priestess of beauty.
So we've got a helm of courage and an oracle of truth. Fascinating, Captain.
The Statue of Beauty only speaks at certain times, such as during the spring festivals or when the city needs special guidance. According to tradition, it will also reply to the ruler of Fawn. However, I have never seen Lady Yolinda speak to the statue. She leaves such duties to Callista.
We?
Most of the young people of the town belong to the cause, but they are not willing to say so publicly for fear of exile. I am also pleased to say that Leon supports us, as do the other Fellowship members.
Yeah, be careful about them. Tell me about the priestess.
Callista is the worst example of this pernicious doctrine of beauty. She believes that her attractiveness marks her as superior to all others, and that her sensuality is a divine gift by which to influence men's minds. Callista is lustful and greedy, but she is also cunning. She is very dangerous to us.
Tell me about the great captains.
According to all of our traditions, only women are capable of ruling in Fawn, for only women are capable of true beauty.
Well, it sounds like a man created that idea.
The highest station which a male can hope for is to serve as one of the great captains. These men serve as Lady Yolinda's advisors. Yet they do much more than merely advise. There are 3 of them, Garth, Joth, and Volden.
Tell me about Garth Brooks.
Because he is the youngest of the captains, we had hoped to find a way to persuade Garth to support our cause. When one of us spoke to him, he claimed to be sympathetic to the cause. Yet Garth says he is afraid to confront Volden with our suspicions. I do not trust him.
Joth?
The sailors trust and respect Joth. In mine heart, I cannot believe he is part of any conspiracy to control the oracle. We thought of asking Joth to aid us, but he hath not been the same since the storms. He doth live in his memories and stare out to sea. I think he cannot stop yearning to return to sea long enough to be of much help.
And what about Volden?
Volden is the one who truly controls the great captains. I think he would make himself ruler of Fawn if he could find a way. Volden is a cruel man who secretly despises women. If there is an evil scheme, then Volden must be the mastermind.
And tell me about Lady Yolinda.
She too is a prisoner of beauty. Yolinda must not strain herself lest she mar her perfect appearance with any sign of weariness. The great captains therefore have usurped many of her duties on the pretext of sparing Yolinda from tedium. I do not think the lady to be the mindless, spineless creature which some others do. I think she is a victim of the system.
I think that's enough now.
Now that I have explained it, thy duty must be evident. Wilt thou join us in this cause?
Sure.
Thy courage doth delight the soul of a weary rebel like myself. Be ready at any time, for one doth not know when the time to act shall arrive. We once tried to enter the temple during the night, while Callista was with her lovers, but the guards foiled our attempt. Nevertheless, look everywhere, talk to everyone, see if thou canst find the clue that hath eluded us.
Look everywhere, talk to everyone. Yep, that's the Avatar's duty. Tell me about the storms.
The storms have not been kind to us, milady. Without our fleet, Fawn cannot hope to survive for long.
Tell me about the goblins.
The goblins have grown bold of late. They have often come to hurl themselves upon our gate. Thankfully, we have held fast so far. Their attacks bring fear in me for Leon and his companions. Lady Yolinda hath forbidden them entrance to the city, even if 'twere certain death to remain outside.
Tell me about Leon.
Oh, hast thou not heard Leon speak? Oh, thou shouldst! He doth tell of something wonderful, wherein all people are equal and capable of independent thought.
Yeah, it's not so much that.
Something called the Fellowship.
Oh, good God. Oh. Stab it with the steely knives!
Thou canst find him at the camp outside the city gates.
Yeah, I think we're there.
I had thought we had rid ourselves of that blight.
Yeah, so did I.
But it seems that it is following in Batlin's footsteps.
Are you surprised, Iolo? Tell me about his companions.
Leon's companions are the sailors that brought him here. Their names are Scots, Ruggs, and Kalen.
Tell me about Scots.
Scots is not precisely a sailor, I suppose. He's actually a cartographer.
Yeah, that's not precisely a sailor.
He is most often with his pens and ink drawing intricate little lines.
Ruggs?
Ruggs is a sailor for sure, though he seems to take well to gardening now that he's on shore. Thou canst not mistake which of the three is Ruggs. His face is hideous to behold, though he speaks fair enough.
Kalen?
Of the three of Leon's companions, I know the least about Kalen, and I have no desire to learn more. He always seems to be hovering about, staring at me. He never seems to be doing anything around the camp.
Lines?
I surmise all those lines make a map. I do not know. But I do not know how he could be making a map either. He cannot go anywhere because of the storms.
Alright, enough with that. And Lady Yolinda, we've talked about her. The Fellowship.
Imagine, milady. Imagine what the world would be like if only we trusted one another, worked together, and sought to earn that which we strived for.
Yeah, you've fallen into the trap.
Imagine if women were not coddled or thought of as inferior. What would the world be like if all listened to our inner voice?
Yeah, that's called the Guardian.
The world would be full of frustrated fools, I am sure.
Another one who hath fallen prey to the empty promises of the Fellowship, Avatar.
And enough there. Fawn?
Fawn, the city of beauty. Fawn, the city of lost love and vanity. The city that lost love and vanity in the pursuit of power. Beauty nourisheth the senses, milady, but love nourisheth the soul. The soul of Fawn withered long ago.
Beauty? Let's get some more soda.
The people of Fawn are content to let the world end, as long as it doth not mar their beautiful view of the dying embers.
And what about the fleets?
The storms stripped us of our fleets one by one. Some were plucked away even as we watched, others left harbor and never returned. And beauty is cold comfort to those who have lost their loved ones. Thou hast not seen the storms hit and watched as something vanished before thy very eyes? Then count thy blessings, milady.
No, I saw it. It wasn't precious to me, Iolo.
What did you say?
Nothing. Love?
Love and beauty were once regarded as aspects of the same entity. Whoever loved was beautiful. Whoever nurtured the beauty of truth was loved. Now the two are sundered, and Fawn cares for no one but herself.
Alright, that's enough. Goodbye. And so, I do believe we have our magic gauntlets back. Yes, indeed. 'Tis good news. You've got gauntlets, you've got gauntlets, you've got gauntlets. Okay. Yo, hey, buddy.
Good, a new face. I am Scott's geographer. Perhaps thou wouldst share tales of other places with me, so I might add detail to my maps.
Goblins?
The pikemen tracked them into the woods around their night's test west of here. Excuse me. Then they simply seemed to disappear. We withstand their attacks only with the help of the pikemen. We had given up hope when the goblins took the tower. But we may hold a while longer now that it hath been returned to Monitorian keeping.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think it's because I fought those goblins outside of the tower that it got, quote-unquote, returned to them. Tell me about the storms.
I've traveled far and wide in all my life, and never have I seen the likes before. These storms appear without warning and leave chaos in their wake. Move things around, change things around, simply not natural. Makes me think Leon might be right.
Tails?
What good is a geographer if he cannot explore and map the lands he finds?
Well, you could join us.
The storms keep me and my shipmates from taking to the sea. I ask all those who come to me for tales of distant places. There may be some truth in the telling, and I add that what I can to my maps, as Gwenno suggested.
Tell me about your maps.
Lord British once said that I was the finest map maker in all of Britannia. I take great care with my work. Since I have explored very little of this continent, I fear that my map is less than accurate. I would be honored if thou wouldst accept a copy of my map. Perhaps it would aid thee in thy quest.
Pikeman.
Thou seekest to jest with me. By the mark on thy face, 'tis plain to see that thou art a pikeman. Surely Monitor's bravest have better things to do than pull pranks on a poor land-bound sailor.
Tell me about the knight's test.
All I know, good knight, is that all Monitorians travel to a peninsula southwest of here for some rite of passage. 'Tis all I could tell thee, unless thou wishest to further enlighten me.
Tell me about Leon.
Thou hast not met Leon yet? Thou hast only to look for the crowd of people. Thou'lt find him in the center of it all, no doubt. Leon is a very charismatic fellowship follower. He speaks their beliefs fairly, to be sure. Hath drawn many of the folk from the town. I'll wager that's why that priestess had us banned from entering the city.
Tell me about the priestess.
Callista is as beautiful as the day is long, but with the soul of a viper. I wouldn't trust her if I were thee. She's plotting something with the Chancellor, I'll wager.
Fellowship?
I can tell thee that it digresses from the virtues that Lord British set forth, but it makes sense. Talk to Leon. He's far more eloquent than I on the subject.
Don't join it. Tell me about the Chancellor.
Little worm named Zulith, Lady Yolinda's shadow, leads her around by the hand all the time. If thou seekest an audience with the lady, thou must first speak with Zulith. I saw Callista speaking to Zulith the day before we sailors were banned from the city. She was afraid that Leon was stealing her followers, and Zulith, the power-hungry toad that he is, saw to it that her wishes became law. 'Tis the great captains and the Chancellor that run things in Fawn, I'm afraid.
Tell me about the great captains.
There are 3 of them, Joth, Garth, and Volden. Make a great show of honoring beauty, but they honor money and power more. Yolinda consults them and Zulith about everything, even the dinner menu, I'll warrant. And with Callista whispering in Zulith's ear, that thou hadst best count her as one of the powers of Fawn as well.
Tell me about Gwenno.
She contacted me back in Britannia with an opportunity to explore a new land. Naturally, I accepted. She was to transport some sort of obelisk here for the Fellowship, and then she was free to explore and collect all the tales she wished.
Tell me about the obelisk.
It was abominably heavy, quite a chore to move it on land. Then one day, after we had it safely on the shore and Gwenno had already headed inland, there was a huge explosion. When I could see again, there stood Batlin, and the obelisk was shattered all over the ground.
Tell me about Batlin.
He seemed most upset at the time he arrived, though I suspect it was merely a result of the disorientation from the teleportation storm that brought him here. He took several members of the crew with him and headed inland. He was looking for some Blackrock artifact. Mayhap it doth have some connection to the obelisk. I don't know.
Do you know anything about the Black Rock artifact? I remember that he mentioned that it was fashioned in the likeness of a snake, but that's all. Thou mightest ask Delphynia, the herbalist. I know he talked to her. Tell me about Delphynia. She's an herbalist in the city that hath been doing the healer's work ever since the goblins killed the last healer. Thou shouldst ask Ruggs if thou wishest to know more. They spent quite a bit of time together before we were cast out of the city. What can you tell me about Ruggs? Thou wouldst know him if thou hadst seen him. What he lacks in handsomeness he makes up for in the goodness of his heart. He cares deeply for Delphynia. But Delphynia is a superstitious woman, and fears Ruggs's deformities are the result of some curse. 'Tis a sadness. They would make a fine couple. Alright, goodbye. And I believe you were Ruggs.
'Tis always a pleasure to see another Britannian at Fawn, Avatar. How may I serve thee today?
See, hideously deformed? He's not hideously deformed. He's just got some scarring. Jeez. Britannia.
Our ship was hired by Batlin to transport scholars to explore new land and spread word of the Fellowship. Now, even if we wanted to return without Batlin, we cannot venture onto the sea for fear of those terrible storms.
Tell me about Fawn.
'Tis a city over there, milady. They claim to honor beauty, which my face naturally offends. They're hard-pressed, what with the goblins and all.
Tell me about the... Oh, I've got a letter for you.
Oh, blessings upon thee, milady. Delphynia knows of my love, though she is unsure of her feelings for me. As long as she hath not rejected me out of hand, I will be content to wait. Thy good deed hath given me reason to live. As promised, I will send thee to my shipmate Scots. I've actually already seen him, but okay. Tell me about Batlin. Thou hast not heard of Batlin?
He was the founder of the Fellowship movement in Britannia. Oh, I've heard of him, all right.
He is a pious and worthy man, for all that he doth have strange companions. His description doth not much fit the Batlin we know, doth it, Avatar?
You can shut up, Iolo. I know what he means. Storms.
I've been a seafared man for more than 20 years, milady, and I cannot recall a time when I've seen storms as strange as these. I've seen lightning that jumps from cloud to cloud. I've seen lightning that shoots down like a pitchfork from the heavens. And I've seen lightning that dances across the masts of a ship.
That's St. Elmo's fire.
But I've never seen lightning that changes a man into a rock or makes a ship disappear before my very eyes.
Changes a man?
I saw it happen, milady. I was holding the door open for one of the crew who was running for shelter when one of those storms hit. There was this bright flash and a deafening crash. And when mine eyes cleared, Jeff was gone, and a chicken stood gawking at me at the very spot Jeff had been in.
Ooh, whoops, we might have killed that chicken. Are you sure he actually got changed and didn't get teleported? Replaced with the chicken? Tell me about the ship disappearing.
With my very own eyes I saw it. I was on the Fawn docks chatting with a salt named Olon in the days before I was banned from the city. All of a sudden, one of those storms hit, and Olon and I dove for cover under a rowboat. We saw the ship that had just put out to sea be hit by the lightning, and it just disappeared.
Never found a trace of it or her crew. Okay. Tell me about the goblins.
'Tis a blessing that thou and thine honored pikemen companions did wrest the Fawn Tower from the goblins. Fawn could not have long resisted a determined attack, and my companions and I would have been the next delicacy in the goblin stewpot, I fear. We have no city gates to hide behind.
Companions?
Batlin bade Leon stay and preach to the populace of Fawn and left the ship with 3 companions, Palos, Brunt, and Deadeye. We have not seen them since, although they promised to return soon.
Tell me about Leon.
Leon was especially chosen by Batlin to come and bring the hope of the Fellowship to this land. He hath been the only thing that hath kept us all sane since we have been stranded here. I strive to emulate him in my own humble way.
Hey, good, you're following the virtues.
Tell me about Palos. I do not know much about him. Most of the time he remained below or went about heavily cloaked. I do not think that he was of the race of men.
That doesn't leave many options left, you know.
We're all very thankful that he was so strong, I tell thee that.
Tell me about Brunt.
Brunt is little more than a common mercenary, milady. I suspect that Batlin hired him to act as a personal guard in this foreign land. He is not fit for much else.
What about Deadeye?
Deadeye is the only one of Batlin's companions that I truly know. I cannot say that I'm happy about the association either.
Emulate?
Leon hath shown me that, by speaking well, people may see beyond my deformity and respect me. I cannot change the way I look, but I can change my speech.
And as Leon sows the seeds of the
the fellowship. I sow seeds in the soil. Gardening distracts my thoughts from being trapped ashore.
What about Palos being strong?
Palos was fearfully strong, milady. During a storm, the main mast was struck by lightning and came crashing down, jamming the winch that operated the sea anchor. Without the sea anchor, we would have been quickly lost to the angry waves. But Palos strode across the deck and shoved the mast aside to free the winch, all by himself.
Not fit.
Brunt is no seaman, 'tis true. If I had not seen his face the day he boarded, I would have thought him a daemon. He was so green.
Daemons aren't green, they're red. Association?
I served with Deadeye on another ship several years back. He used to bully the crew by telling them that white eye of his could curse a man. Deadeye liked to provoke a fight and dare the other man to hit him. No one would for fear of that eye. Sailors are a superstitious lot, I fear, milady.
Green?
He was seasick the entire voyage, milady. I have never seen anyone worse. And what a temper! 'Tis to be hoped he is better mannered on land.
All right, enough there.
Tell me about Scots. Scots is a fine fellow, though he often seems a bit distracted. He's a cartographer. Perhaps his maps will aid thee, though they are not as accurate as he wishes. Thou mayest find him somewhere within our camp.
Not as accurate?
Since we dare not stray too far from shelter, Scots cannot explore them and map. He hath worked from existing maps that he received from the Fawn fishermen, so he is only sure of the accuracy of the coastline. Scots often complains that we cannot even explore by ship. None of us are happy to be stranded here.
All right, goodbye. Alrighty, let's see. Yep, we've got a map now. We've got a sextant. So, we are here. That is Fawn. That is the Sleeping Bowl Inn. That is Knight's Test. This is Monitor. This is Moonshade. There's some other structures up here. Some various islands and a lot of Arctic-y type area. So, I think we'll call this an episode. In the next one, we will talk to this Leon fellow and maybe see if there's any useful items around here. And then we will move on and look around for some other stuff. See you next time, everyone.